My name's Wendy Capewell, and I help people who are stuck in repeated negative behaviour patterns to get to the root of the problem, find out what's causing it, and then create those positive, healthier patterns. Help them move forward to the life they really want. People often ask me, well, why do they get stuck in those patterns? Why don't they just break them? What is it about that? Okay, if you live in a really well adapted family as growing up, the chances are that you were taught how to develop and take care of yourself to be able to function well in the world, grow your confidence, be able to stand up to challenges, and have lots of self-confidence. However, if you grew up in a family that was, say, maladjusted in some way, perhaps one parent was an alcoholic, perhaps there was abuse in the family, perhaps there was lots of arguments, or even if there were mental health problems, it could well be one of those things would have given you the understanding that that was normal. And so instead of growing and flourishing as a child we would hope would do into a happily well-adjusted adult, that child would have been in survival mode. It would have learned to survive the situation. So, for example, if their father was always abusive and angry, they would learn how to cope in the world by creating certain patterns of behaviour. It might have been that they became quite withdrawn, they didn't have any self-confidence, they couldn't stand up to their father, or conversely, they could have followed his behaviour and become a bully as he was. So it's often those kinds of things that will cause those patterns to keep repeating. Now, you might ask, well, why do you keep doing that? Why don't you just change things and create healthier patterns? Well, yeah, I mean, that's ideal. But you know why we keep repeating those patterns? It's because we go back to our emotional home. It's something we know. It's something we've adapted ourselves to survive in the world. And it's often out of our awareness. It's something subconscious that we do. It's like the way we walk, the way we talk, the words we use, the way we eat. They're all in our subconscious because we learnt to do them and we just take them for granted because that's our norm. And so that's what happens with our emotional behaviour too. So if you were someone who felt that you couldn't tell the truth because you would have been in trouble a lot, maybe you got a beating as a child, then you would find it hard to then be able to tell the truth as an adult because you would be expecting something bad to happen. And it would be the same if you grew up in a family where there were certain behaviours that went on. They wouldn't be healthy behaviours necessarily if a father or mother was an alcoholic or they were a drug addict, for example. That would be the kind of thing that children could easily follow because that would be what they knew, their emotional home. So what I do is help people move away from that, understand first of all where it came from. For example, I had one client who was constantly saying they were sorry. And so I questioned them. I'm curious as to why you're always saying sorry and repeatedly sorry, not just I'm sorry I'm late, or I'm sorry I can't make the appointment, or whatever else it was, or even during the conversation they were continually apologizing. And when we explored it, we found that they had to placate their mother because they were always in the wrong. Their mother was very, very critical. Now, they weren't even aware they were saying sorry, or as much as they were. They just knew that they didn't have any self-confidence. And once we explored that and looked into it, they realised that they didn't have to stay in that child situation anymore. They didn't have to apologise. And so they learnt the new patterns so that they could become a much more self-assured person and not apologising for being around even. This is something that's affecting your life in an adverse way, then why not get in touch? I have a high-level program, a VIP program that helps people move forward in these situations. Once you've really got to the root of the problem, you can then really make a change that is long-lasting and very positive. So why not give me a call, get in touch, let's have a chat.